Before now, rugby was an unknown sport in Nigeria. But gradually things are changing, and with the recent performance of the Nigeria men's rugby team, the Black Stallions, as they just concluded pre-Olympic qualifiers in Mauritius, you can be sure that Nigeria Rugby is gradually getting on the world map, and that is very beautiful. Hello and welcome. This is Sports Roll on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Bade Adeleye. As always, we're at Mansa, the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, and on the road today, we'll be talking about the performance of the Nigeria men's national team, the Black Stallions, as they just concluded pre-Olympic qualifiers. And of course, we will talk about the performance of Nigeria's boys and girls in the under 16 category, as they just concluded Africa under 16 Zone 3 basketball qualifiers for the World Cup. And of course, we'll talk football and take you behind the scenes when it comes to the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and even bring you more interesting stories on the show today. So, you're welcome. Alright, let's begin, and obviously we're starting with rugby, the game which is fast gaining momentum and popularity in Nigeria, as the men's national team, the Black Stallions, are through to the Olympic qualifiers in Zimbabwe this September after booking their ticket at the just concluded pre-Olympic qualifiers in Mauritius last weekend. And of course, the Black Stallions recorded different wins over 5 teams before getting to the final against Nigeria. For a fact, they defeated Cote d'Ivoire with a big margin in the semi-finals to book their final ticket against their North African opponents. And sadly, they lost 20-5 to the Algerians to finish second. But that did not stop them from picking one of the 3 tickets to the Olympic qualifiers this September. And of course, commendations have been coming from different quarters for this team that got recently assembled, and they are doing great already, defeating teams with reckless abandon. Congratulations to the Black Stallions of Nigeria. Come on, that's not an easy feat, looking at the time that the team was put together. And of course, we must give it to the Federation, that's the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, for doing such a great job. And we're wishing them all the best when it comes to the Olympic qualifiers this September in Zimbabwe, as we hope to see them sealing the ticket to Paris 2024 Olympics. That will be very, very beautiful. All right, let's move away from rugby now and talk the game of basketball, as the Nigeria under 16 teams, I mean the boys and girls, have sealed the ticket to the FIBA under 16 Africa Cup. And of course, they did that at the qualifiers in Ghana. The Nigerian girls recorded 2 wins out of 2 to seal their tickets to the World Cup, while the men's team, that's the boys, under 16 boys, they got 1 win out of 2 games, but that did not stop them from sealing the ticket to the World Cup. Congratulations to the Nigeria boys and girls under 16 basketball teams for sealing the tickets. And of course, we're rooting for them. We want them to do well at the tournament itself. Now, let's move away from the court and straight to the football pitch, as it's time to take you behind the scenes when it comes to women's football in Nigeria. If you know the drill, it's time for the Super Falcons show.
Striding into the area, puts it in! What a goal! Nigeria!
Award to the Nigeria Women's National Team.
Nigeria have opened the scoring!
officially 24 days to the biggest FIFA Women's World Cup, which means the World Cup is already here. Welcome to the MTN Super Falcons show. My name is Osereme Inek-Benebo. Now, over the course of the past few months, we have been highlighting and taking a look at the events building up to the FIFA Women's World Cup. Now, today's episode promises to be no exception. On today's episode, we take a look at the tacticians who have helped the Super Falcons and helped them through the past 8 editions of the FIFA Women's World Cup. And also today, I would like to inform you that the official song for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023, Do It Again, is ready and set to be released on June the 29th. It is performed by Benny featuring Amal Rat. Now, just before we go on a quick break, I will remind you again that today's episode promises to be interesting, fun, and entertaining. We go on a quick break and we will be right back.
OVMA.
Oh, I wish you were here.
I'm always with you.
But it's not the same without you.
Drop it that.
MTN 5G's amazing technology will change how we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible, and remember, no be juju, na MTN 5G.
Welcome back. This is still the MTN Super Falcons show. Thank you for sticking with us. Now, just before we went on that break, we were talking about the tacticians that have led the Super Falcons to the World Cup. We took a look at the first 4, which features 1 foreign coach and 3 Nigerian coaches. We have Bonfret Joe from France and 3 other coaches. Here they are. Well, there they are. Those are the coaches who helped the Super Falcons to the first 4 editions of the FIFA World Cup. Now we'll be taking a look at the other 4, but just before then, remember to follow us across all social media platforms at MTNNG on Instagram and Twitter. It's MTN Nigeria on Facebook and YouTube, and of course our very own channels, The Super Falcons Show. Now, speaking of the tacticians, it's time for us to take a look at the other 4 coaches who have helped the Super Falcons to the World Cup. And most recently, that's definitely before Randy Waldron, we had Thomas Dernaby as the only foreign coach, and before him were 3 Nigerian coaches. Here they are.
I wish you were here.
I'm always with you.
Get ready to encounter the incredible. And remember, no be juju, na MTN 5G.
And those, of course, are the four coaches. As you can see on the screen, we have Uche Okoria, who coached the Super Falcons in 2011. A phenomenal woman she was. Now, from 1991 to 2019, we've had 8 tacticians herald the female team of Nigeria. And this year, 2023, we have Randy Wardrum. That's 2 foreign coaches back to back. Could that be a sign for something? Oh, well, I do not know. Well, that's the much we can take for today on the MTN Super Falcons show. But just before we go, it's time for the Who Am I segment. So let's see the answer for last week. It was Ngozi Okobi. That's the answer for last week. And if you got that correctly, bravo! Congratulations to you. Now, this week we have another Who Am I? So guess who the silhouette is. And that's the silhouette for the Who Am I segment for the week. You have to guess which player that is. It could be a player, it could be a coach, it could be a goalkeeper. All you have to do is guess correctly across our social media platforms, MTN NG, MTN Nigeria, the Super Falcons show, and you could win yourself freebies, courtesy MTN. Now remember, this show airs at 9 a.m. every Tuesday on NTA, and you can also catch it on MTN's Ayoba app. So I come your way again next week. It's bye for now.
There's the start and get. Promises to Cheryl. Winds up that right hand.
Archbishop of basketball, goal! He hung on that net like a stalk up a tree.
NTA Sports 24 brings you all sports, all time and all day. Tune in to watch NTA Sports 24 on Star Times Channel 270, Star Sat on Channel 434 and Free TV on Channel 731. NTA Sports 24, where sports thrive.
It's still sports rule on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Now let's talk polo, as the Keffi Polo Ranch recently came alive as professional polo players from Nigeria and other parts of the world participated in a week-long democracy tournament. Suleiman Ove Musa will be telling us about that.
It was an atmosphere of enthusiasm and friendship as polo fans and stakeholders from far and near converged to watch the Kings game at Keffi Polo Ranch. Keffi Phonies and Malcolmines played the last game of the tournament, which ended 5-4 goals in 5 chokers. The high-intensity sport has both local and international professional polo players who exhibited both skills and quality.
Polo is no exception. It is a game of friendship, and what we need across the nations of the world is friendship. Friendship that leads to better understanding of our diversity.
Something that the government has always supported and continue to support, because it brings Nigeria together. And here we are, irrespective of tribe, religion, political parties, but the most important thing is that we have come together as a people. And
I do all this to bring people together and, of course, improve on the socio-economic well-being of my people.
The tournament tag Democracy Tournament is to support the orphans. From Keffi, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Many thanks, Suleiman. Now, June 23 every year is known as the Olympic Day. And of course, this day is being celebrated world over, including major cities in Nigeria, with an Olympic Day run. And of course, we saw so many things about that last weekend.
Today being a significant day around the world that we mark the ideals of the Olympism. Olympic Day is marked today around the world, signifying relationship, friendship, unity of purpose. You know, the purpose of the Olympic Day is for people to come together, get together, jog together, walk together, discuss together in the spirit of Olympism.
Whether you are going to Olympics or not, you need to exercise, because exercise is the fuel of life, good health. You know, so it's very, very expedient that everybody, whether you are a sportsman or not, you need to exercise so that your heart will be working well.
Now, the Olympic movement, which has three core objectives of competition, well-being, and of course unity, is inspiring so many people across Nigeria as they have become exercise enthusiasts. Peter Oibo caught up with some of them at this very stadium in Abuja to see and know how the Olympic movement is inspiring them.
Exercise is very good for the body. It keeps the body fit. It keeps you healthy, even in mind, soul, make you well free in everything. So exercise is very good. With much exercise, you can make your life, maybe the period that you're supposed to live on earth, with exercise, you can live longer.
It's very special for all we will be sportsmen all over the world. It's not only Nigeria. Because so far you are a sportsman, you need to know the meaning of Olympic Day, because you know that like our own Nigeria here now, we have a gold medalist around, both athletics, power lifter, and like people like Shoma Juwan, late Sunday Bada, and rest of them, even in power lifter, we have many gold medalists there. We did Nigeria proud.
It's important for me as a sportsman because it brings people together. Sport naturally brings people together. And if you watch the Olympics, it's about different sports coming together to play as one. So for me, it's important for me because sports has made my healthy life easier. It has made me to know some things I can do for myself to make me live a more healthier life.
Quite beautiful. Now, still talking exercise. The need to put the body and soul together through regular exercise has again been emphasized, and this was at the June edition of the monthly walk and jog exercise of the Federation of Public Service Games in Abuja. And of course, for the June edition, workers from different ministries, departments and agencies, including the Nigerian Television Authority, converged on the National Stadium Abuja to take part in the exercise. Francisca Bile will be telling us about that.
The June edition of the Federation of Public Service Games Walk and Jog exercise provided another opportunity for workers from different ministries, departments and agencies, including the Nigerian Television Authority, to keep fit. The exercise, which had the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Monilola Udo, as the captain, saw participants taken through different exercise drills aimed at helping them become healthier and more productive.
Fitness is life, and when we have a body that is fit, physically fit, we will be mentally strong to deliver on our work.
We are looking at how FEPSGA can also produce athletes that will add value, to our net of national athletes.
Leader of NTA delegation, Director Programs Lawal Ahmed assured of the authority's continued participation as it places premium on a fit workforce.
Exercise is an important activity that every human being should get involved in because it keeps away stress, it makes you energetic. I mean, it gives you some mental alertness.
If people can create time to do this, it will go a long way in helping the longevity of a lot of people in the country.
For those of them who are not here, we'll appeal to them to always create out time, to be part of this program because it's one that is good for our health.
As a way of encouragement, awards and trophies were given to the top 3 teams who excelled in punctuality, behavior, attendance, and kits. The next edition of the exercise is slated for last Saturday in July. In Abuja, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
Many thanks, Francisca, but I didn't get to see myself in that shot. Come on. What happened? Okay, let's take a look at this. Now, looking, just look behind. I'm somewhere there. Yeah, Team NTA was well represented. Come on. All right, that's Sports for this Tuesday. And as always, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. Do not forget that for your unlimited sports content, NTA Sports 24 on Star Times, StarSat, and Free TV is the best option for you. You don't need to go anywhere. Until next time I'll be on the show, I will always tell you, be yourself and please always stay out of trouble. You don't need it for anything. I'm Bade Adeleye and I will see you next time.